guys, it's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. How are you doing today? Today we're going to talk about our favorite subject, which is sales. All right, we have a cool subject for ourselves today, so let's go ahead and dive right on into it. It's a little bit getting close to evening. It's almost Christmas, and this is the time of year. Our subject for today is selling. How to sell warranties to parents or families who have children and young adults. How do you sell warranties, extended warranties, maintenance agreements, service agreements to parents or to people who have children or taking care of young adults? I'm going to tell you what, guys, I've been in sales a long time, and this is a no-brainer. This is one that if you are a salesperson and you have the opportunity to add a maintenance agreement, a service agreement, a extended warranty onto a purchase, 'tis the season. You're talking about kids, you're talking about young adults. And see, here's the thing. In reality, when you purchase something, sometimes they break. And unfortunately, when you have young adults or children, because I had my son by myself for 18 years, and I'm going to have to tell you, I've had to replace quite a few phones. I've had to replace quite a few computers. I've had to replace quite a few electronics because for some reason or another, unless you have some skin in the game and you've paid for something yourself. I had to replace guitars. I've had to replace amplifiers. I've had to replace all kinds of video game systems because unfortunately they break after a while, and kids don't always seem to take good care of the things that they have. I'm just going to say, when I was a kid, we didn't have all these things. So, and when you did get stuff, a lot of times you had to work for yourself. But a lot of kids, when we make good money and stuff, we spoil our kids. And I'm not going to tell you I ain't never done that. And one of the things that I have to tell you is I always bought the most insurance I could get on vehicles. I got the most insurance that I could get as far as any kind of product that I bought for my son. And the reason why is because I believed in it, first off, and the other reason why is because a lot of that stuff costs a lot of money, and if I can have what they call peace of mind when something breaks, it's really nice to be able to have something and have it replaced. Because there were a few times back in the day when I didn't buy no guarantee service agreements, warranties on his stuff, and it was like, man, I've had to replace at least in his life, in 18 years, I've had to replace at least 10 different phones and a whole bunch of computers and notebooks and things of this nature. So when you talk to your customers, one of the key things that you want to remember is put yourself in their place. First off, they're excited, or maybe it's Christmas or a holiday or a birthday, and they're having to buy a present for their kid. Always in the beginning, I always tell the salespeople and people who sell warranties and service agreements, you need to go ahead and sprinkle that information about the guarantees all through your presentation, especially in the beginning. I always tell my customers, hey, and by the way, I know you're in here looking for something. We can make sure that we guarantee all of our products for up to 5 years, and that means replacement if we can't repair. And I just throw it out there. And then as the customer's searching and they're looking for things, you give them features and benefits about the products that they're wanting to purchase. You tell them, let's just say, for instance, a computer. Well, this particular computer, it comes with a manufacturer's 90-day labor, 1-year parts, and which is pretty good. And also, this particular computer, it comes with, Word, it comes with Excel and all this Microsoft Office. These are extra services that come with this particular computer, but they only last for a year. And also, this comes with the capability to hook up speakers. You can hook it up to a big screen TV because it's a smart computer and it's Wi-Fi ready. So what I'm sharing with you is you want to talk about features and benefits. You want to share with them, hey man, if something goes wrong, and by the way, who is this for? I always ask in the beginning, who is this product going to be purchased for. And as soon as they tell me in my mind's eye, they say for a young adult or for a kid, I'm already thinking before they even leave, they're going to have a guarantee. They're going to have a warranty. They're going to have a service agreement because they're going to need it. And I'm going to tell you, buddy, if they don't get it, they're going to end up paying out of pocket. And I always remind them, I say, look, I know that you're thinking about buying this, for your kid and your young adult. Well, what's wrong with the one they got now? Oh, it broke. Okay, well, how long did it last? Oh, it lasted about 90 days. It lasted a year. It lasted 2 years. Well, you need to look at them and say, listen, ma'am, I understand how you feel. A lot of my customers, when they come in here, they buy something real nice and they want it to last for quite a long time. And we have already given you the capability, with our services to go ahead and extend it out for 5 years. So if Junior, drops it or if it stops working for whatever reason, you can bring that particular product into our store. We'll take a look at it, and if it's serviceable, we'll go ahead and service it. But if we can't, what we're going to do is we're going to replace it, and you got to tell them about this, replace it with the most current, up-to-date technology. Because computers, phones, things of this nature, notebooks and things of this nature, they change on a yearly basis. So it's really a good idea to let them know that, hey, listen, if something happens to this in the next 3, 4, 5 years, because we can give you, because first off, you got to figure out, are they going to finance this stuff? Are they going to pay cash for this? Are they going to put it on a credit card? And if you finance stuff in this regard, you can add it to their monthly installment, and it's not such a big deal. And as long as you're paying for this, ma'am, we've got, if it takes you 2 or 3 years to pay this particular thing off, we're going to make sure that if it breaks, you're not continuously paying for a product that your kid's not using, that your teenagers are not using. And always remember, you've got all these things. Now, take little bits and pieces of nuggets, because what I'm doing is sharing stuff that I've had to deal with. Now, when you talk to them about, getting things like on a car, you guarantee if you can get a warranty, some type of service agreement on that car where it needs maintenance done on it, you definitely want to make sure that you get as much coverage as you can. Also, you want it, if possible, to be able to cover things like oil changes and basic maintenance, okay? Because see, kids, for some other reason or another, if mom and dad yells at them or a significant other yells at them long enough, they'll take those things down there and get it done. Especially, you've got some, kids that are responsible, but you have a lot of them that need a little bit of push in the right direction. And if you have some kind of a guarantee or warranty, like full coverage on a car, if they need pop-a-lock because for whatever reason, or they need to rent a car for an accident or whatever, at least they have the insurance, they have the protection to go ahead and protect them in the future. And I'm just sharing this with you guys because, see, I deal with, people all the time. And I make sure that with my customers, as soon as I find out that it is for a young adult, I let them know that, hey, listen, I know you're happy, you're going to be spending this much money on your son, your daughter, and in this regard, and you love them very much. But one of the things I have to let you know is we have customers who come back on occasion who have to replace stuff, and they don't have any kind of service agreement or warranty, and it kind of can bite them in the butt, and they're not really happy. But what my simple job is, my company has given me the capability to go ahead and share with you that it comes with a 90-day labor, 1-year parts. You can get, we have 3 different types of service. You can get a standard bronze service, which for this particular $1,000 computer will cost you $49. For $99, you can cover it for 3 years, and if you want to cover it for up to 5 years, it'll be $199. Now, the key to success in this regard is you got to ask, so between these 3, which one do you think would work best for you? And I'd recommend always getting the 5-year. If they say, well, can I get the additional service later? Yeah, maybe you might be able to, but out of sight, out of mind. And by the way, ma'am, your monthly installments on this is going to be $79. And with our service agreement, it's going to be $89, and it'll cover it for 5 years. And they'll look at you going, oh, okay, that's not too bad of a deal. Now, if they're paying cash, it's up in the air. You want to go ahead and say, listen, I know you're paying cash for this. You ought to at least get a year or 2 years. That way, it's covered for the next couple of years. Because if something happens, you don't have to get mad at them because, hey, something broke. And kids, they don't mean to break stuff. They just don't pay attention. Their hormones are all over the place. They get frustrated. They get mad. They put stickers all over everything. They drop stuff. They don't take care of stuff. And the reason why I know that is because I was like that, okay? And my kid was like that. And I know that your kid probably will never break anything, but my company made a decision a long time ago to make sure that we give you the opportunity to get this peace of mind. Did you want to go ahead and go with the 1 year, the 2 year, or the 3 year? And shut up. And they will make that determination what's best for their pocketbook, but you gotta at least let them know. Because see, here's the thing, people if you're afraid to tell people because you already got to sell, you're getting a little bit of commission off of whatever you're selling, you should go ahead and not be afraid. Your company's going to pay you extra money for offering additional services. And sometimes it can be very lucrative and it can be quite a bit of money. So if you're the kind of person who wants to make extra money, I'm sorry about the rain, it's starting to make a little bit of noise, but the key to success in this regard is you need to be able to sell service agreements, maintenance agreements, warranties, and it's really a benefit not only for you, the company, but it's always a benefit for the customer. Now, you may have customers say, I don't believe in all that. That's okay. They don't have to believe in the service agreements or warranties, but listen, you need to. And the reason being is, if you have products that you're selling, and they're affordable products, and you do buy these products, you need to go ahead and get those warranties, the service agreements, the maintenance agreements on your own products. And the reason being is because when it comes to that time when the customer says, well, I don't know if I should get it, I don't know if I can afford it, and if you bought it, you say, listen, I felt the same way, but I needed a peace of mind, and I made sure. And in this company, there's people who bring stuff back and that they have to replace it. Oh, you mean your company sells a bunch of junk and stuff like that? No, ma'am, no, sir. We sell good quality merchandise, but we also offer these service agreements because we want to make sure that if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road something happens, you're not mad. And our simple job is to say when you come in, yes, Mr. White, Mr. Walker, Mrs. Black, you do have that service agreement, but we're not going to be able to repair this particular product because it's so old. So what we're going to do is ask you to do what they call as a reselect. A reselect means you get to go pick out something in that same price range that you paid for that without any deductibles or anything, and you don't have to pay any more money out of pocket, and you can go ahead and get the most updated technology. Okay, you get the most updated computer, updated phone. I mean, it's just a lot of different things that you can offer to your customers to give them what they call peace of mind. And if you're selling warranties, you really do need to believe in what you sell. You may work in a box store and you got people buying toys and things that are expensive. Let them know, hey, listen, I know your kids are going to be playing with this, but our company, they made a decision a long time ago, to at least give you a chance to offer you our service. And if you want it, it's only this particular amount, and it'll cover you up to 5 years. And most of this stuff, because of the price range, we don't even repair it. We just ask you to pick out another something in the future. Does that sound fair? And they'll go, yeah. And you just write it up. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. I've been in sales since the 80s in one form of capacities. I've sold a bunch of guarantees, service agreements, warranties, and I've sold it all. And one of the key things that I've also learned is if you're selling electronics and things that are that have mechanisms that move or electricity that goes to them, or if they have any computer chips or anything in them, eventually they're going to break. And what I've always done is I show my customers, I show them inside of different products and let them see. Now, welcome to the new world. This is the new technology, and all this stuff costs a lot of money. So our simple job today is to make sure that in the future you're a happy customer. And remember, guys, my name is Gary Lee Stanley. I've got a whole bunch of videos that talk about how to sell warranty, service agreements, maintenance agreements. Check them all out. But this particular one came to my mind today because it's almost Christmas, and I know that there's going to be a lot of parents out there who are going to be, or significant others, or family members who are going to be buying their young adults, their kids' products, and right after 90 days, they're going to break, and you're going to look at yourself going, God dog, I just bought that game system. I just bought that doggone computer. I just bought that notebook. I just bought that product, and now it's already broke. Man, you kids, y'all can't take care of nothing. And you are going to be a wise salesperson, and you're going to tell that customer, that's why you need to go ahead and get our service today. Did you want to go ahead and go with it? Ask for the order and then close the sale. Remember, it's a numbers game too, guys. You're going to sell some people. They'll be interested in buying your warranties. It won't be real complicated, but you got to learn every single thing you possibly can about your service agreements, your maintenance agreements, and your warranties, and go out there and sell them. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. Give me a thumbs up, and please share my videos, and please subscribe. And today we talked about how to sell extended warranties to people who have children and young adults. I hope you learned something, because I know I did. All right. Kids and warranties.